Hello everyone, welcome to Krishna's online lectures. In this video, I am going to discuss about concepts of energy. So if we define energy, so basic definition of energy is capacity to do work, or we can also define as capacity to produce a change from the existing condition. If any body which is having some weight, if it is positioned at one place, that is the initial position of the body, and if it is subjected to some external force F, and because of this external force F, if the body is moving in the direction of force or in any direction and it is changing its position to final position, so this body is doing some work, and the capacity which is required by the body to do this particular work or to cover this displacement from initial condition to final condition is called energy. So energy is required to do work for any kind of bodies. That is why it is called capacity to do work. Here we have this body and it is subjected to some force F. So this is the initial position, and this body is changing its position, and this is the final position, and the distance traveled by the body is x. So work done by the body is defined by F into x, force into displacement. Now how this body will do work? So this body is required some energy to complete this particular distance or to cover this distance or to do this W work. That is why it is called capacity to produce a change from the existing condition. In simple word, we can say if we want to do some work, we require energy, and that energy we get from various sources like food. So this body is also required some energy to do some work. There are various types of energy we consider according to different states of the body. For example, if the body is in rest, so it will possess different energy. And if the body is in motion, so it will possess different energy. If the body is moving from earth to a particular height, or if it is moving from that height toward the earth, so it will possess different energy. So these energy we can define in terms of potential energy, kinetic energy, and strain energy. So here one by one I will define about these energy. In this particular lesson I will discuss about potential energy and kinetic energy. So let's start with the potential energy. So potential energy, we can define the energy possessed by the body for doing a particular work due to its position or elevation. So because of the position and elevation, the energy possessed by the body to cover a particular distance or to do some work is defined as potential energy, and this particular energy is depends on the weight of the body or weight of the object, or we can say on mass. So on both the term, either we can take mass or we can take weight, because potential energy in simple word we can define as the work done against gravity. Energy we can define in terms of work, and if we are considering work done against gravity, that is called potential energy. And this gravity or work done against gravity we generally define on the basis of weight of the object. If any body is moving from a plane or from earth toward a particular height, so that is moving against the weight of the body. And if any body is moving from a height toward the earth, so it is moving because of the weight of the body. So here weight is playing very important role. That is why it is called work done against gravity, and this is representing the energy that is called the potential energy. So here if we consider any object, and that object or body is placed at a particular height from the earth, so this particular base is represented as earth, and this object is placed at a particular height h. Now let us consider this body is moving in a downward direction. So this body will move in downward direction because of the weight of the body. So let us consider weight. So weight we can define by this formula m into g, where m is the mass of the body, and g is the gravitational acceleration. In terms of upward movement and downward movement, acceleration, this a will become gravitational acceleration. So here the gravitational acceleration multiplied by the mass is defined as the weight of the body or weight of the object, and this body is covering height h from this point to earth. So the work done against gravity we can define as mg into h. This is defined as weight into height raised. This particular work done we can define in terms of force into distance traveled by the body. So here this weight into height raised is defined because of the gravity, or this work done we are considering in terms of or because of the gravity. So this energy possessed by the body is defined in terms of potential energy. So this potential energy will be mg into h, where m is the mass of the body, w is the weight of the body, and h is the distance above the surface of the earth, and these are the units. So potential energy formula we consider as Pe equals to mgh. This is the formula of potential energy. Now here we are considering this height as a constant height, or only one height we are considering as h. Now if the body is changing its height from initial position to final position, and at that time if the body is having height h1 and h2, so in that case what will be the potential energy? So first condition, if we consider any mass which is resting on the earth, so at that time this particular body or this mass is not in motion, so the potential energy in this particular condition will be 0, because the height raised by the body is 0. Mass we have and weight we have, but this body is not moving, so height is 0. In that case potential energy is 0, and this condition we can consider when this body is moving in downward direction toward the earth, and at the initial condition when the body is in rest, potential energy will be 0. Now let us consider here this graph, and here we are considering x axis and y axis. So x axis we are considering toward the right and y axis in upward direction, and this position 1, this number 1 is representing the initial position of the body which is having mass m. So the weight of the body we will consider as mg, and this body is following this path. This curved line is representing path of the body, and it is reaching the final position too, and at this particular condition also the weight of the body will be mg, but potential energy will continuously change here because height is continuously changing. So in that case we can define potential energy in terms of change in potential energy, and that change in potential energy we can define as potential energy at the initial position minus potential energy at the final position, and this formula we can define as mg h1 minus mg h2. So in terms of change in elevation, this potential energy will become change in potential energy. Now let's move toward another energy, that is kinetic energy. So as per the name, we can define when the body is in motion. So energy possessed by the body for doing work because of its motion, by virtue of its motion. So it is called kinetic energy. Kinetic itself represents the motion. So when the body is in motion and if it is changing its position from initial position to final position, so the energy which is required by the body to do work, it is called kinetic energy. Now how we can define the expression of kinetic energy? As we know, work done we can define by the formula force into distance traveled by the body. So let us consider one body which is having some mass m and it is moving a particular distance dx. So here in this diagram we are considering this body at position 1 which is having mass m, and it is subjected to some force F. So because of this force F, the body is in motion. Now first we are taking the elemental distance traveled by the body. Here total distance traveled by the body we are considering x, and the elementary distance which is traveled by the body we are considering dx. So first we will define the concept of kinetic energy for this small span or for this small elementary length. So here we are considering a body which is having mass m. It is moving through a distance dx in the direction of force. Here this body is moving in the direction of force. The direction of motion or the line of action of force will be collinear. So this condition we have to apply. So in that case, if we define work done, so work done should be the product of force and the distance traveled by the body. And since we are considering elemental distance, so it should be force into elemental distance moved by the body. So it should be F into dx. But this force we can define on the basis of Newton's second law of motion. So it should be ma dx. And we can define acceleration as change in velocity with respect to time. So it will be m dv by dt into dx. This is the formula we are considering for elementary work done by the body during motion. And this term we can define as mvdv. Here we can write down this mdv dx by dt, and this dx by dt is defined as the velocity. Change in distance with respect to time is defined as the velocity. So we are considering as the velocity or instantaneous velocity in the direction of motion. So our elementary work done formula will be mv dv. Now any body which is in motion, so we consider some energy to travel a particular distance, and the energy is defining the total work done. We require some energy, or there should be some capacity of the body to perform a particular work. So this body is moving from initial position to final position, and it is having some energy. So this total energy we are defining in terms of kinetic energy. So kinetic energy which is gained by the body is defined in terms of total work done. This work done we are considering as the elementary work done for a small distance. Now if we define total work done, so this total work done we can define between two limits, initial position and the final position, or for this total distance. So total kinetic energy for total distance x from initial position to final position we can define as integration of 1 to 2, limit is 1 to 2 mv dv. This is for the element. So here we can define the total kinetic energy as 1 by 2 mv square when velocity is constant. But if this condition we are considering, so we should define the velocity at the initial position and velocity at the final position. So if the velocity is changing from v1 to v2, v1 is representing the velocity at the initial condition and v2 is representing velocity at the final condition. At this particular point, we are considering velocity of the object as v1, and at this particular condition, velocity of the object we are considering v2. So the velocity is changing. So we can define change in kinetic energy for this variable velocity. So kinetic energy for that particular body to travel x distance from point 1 to 2, it will be 1 by 2 m v2 square minus v1 square. And if the velocity is constant, in that case the equation will be 1 by 2 mv square, where m is the mass of the body and v is the instantaneous velocity or velocity of the body relative to the earth. But if the body is in rest condition only, it is not moving at all after application of force, so the kinetic energy will be 0 because velocity is 0 here. In that case, kinetic energy will be 0. So potential energy and kinetic energy both will be 0 if the body is in rest condition or it is not changing its distance, neither moving in upward or downward direction or in forward or backward direction. So this is the basic concept of kinetic energy and potential energy. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can rate, review and share this lesson with your friends and your known people. And if you want to watch more lessons related to mechanical engineering, please subscribe the channel.